going to slow us down to 10. Let the Massey catch up. Of course, we'll find out how many bales we've done at the end of this. And also, since we're not selling the bales immediately, we're generally saving them till Christmas because that's the best price for them. I am not... Oh, actually, let's go see the harvester. Actually, let's go see this guy. I'm not too worried about getting them fermented as quickly as possible. Yeah, 185,000 money in the bank. I'm not too worried about getting them ready for sale because we really don't have that issue at the moment. We've got a lot of money, but once we start buying fields, and I think this year I'm gonna let the fields get harvested before I buy them, so I'm gonna buy them empty. But that allows me time to put lime down, analyze them, make sure they're fully fertilized, make sure all of the conditions are met for the bestest yield next year. So we'll be buying stuff maybe August, September, October sort of time before they have a chance to replant them. And we'll be able to use our... actually, I'm going to back up a little bit here. Just so I'm not in the way of him turning around. Oops. Okay, you're stuck behind this guy. Let's go. So yeah, we will definitely look at buying more fields if they're a good value. And as far as the map is concerned, I'm looking at expanding. These two would be good. These two would be good, and possibly anything down here, because they're decent distance from the farm. What I'm not looking at doing is heading down to the bottom right-hand corner of the map to do a bunch of our farm work, because it's a long way to take a lot of slow equipment. So if we can keep everything close to the farm, maybe some of the fields in front of us behind the dairy would be good. So, you know, our animal yards here, our arable yards here. So these two fields make sense because we can, with 50 set, we could knock down a hedge here and access them from this side. We own these two, but maybe these 3, 4 would be good. We've got, you know, we own the dairy. I don't think we own the land on it, but yeah, these 4 fields are close enough to the farm, and I can also always knock down the hedge here so that we can drive through to 30. 29 and 31 are going to be difficult because they're accessed from over here. Actually, how are we doing? But still, it's expanding the farm, and the best way to make money is to have land. So that's what we're doing. As I said, I do want another reasonable sized tractor, but it's not a must-have, it's a would-like to have. I might take a look at that in a minute. Once we get the turnaround in. One and two. That's the... Okay, so if we go to equipment, our equipment, actually I think I leased the baler, didn't I? Yeah, I leased the baler. So this baler needs 150 horsepower. So anything over 150 horsepower is good. So wrapping is 125, 150. but you can create 180 centimetre bales, but those would be grass or hay or straw, not silage. We can purchase this. To purchase this is 91,000. I could buy that. Fertilizer spreader. Again, purchase that for 47. And back. The truck is horrendously expensive, but still. Those are the 3 pieces of equipment we have leased, because I needed them to work the farm. In the most efficient way possible. Obviously, the milk tanker is much faster than a tractor hauling a milk trailer, and also has a good capacity. 25,000 litres of milk can be hauled in that thing, so it just made sense to buy that as opposed to an 8,000 litre water trailer which we had prior to that. Okay, I'm going to speed us up a bit. How's the grain? 59% full on the harvester, so again, no worries yet. I didn't look at contracts, did I? Not that I've got the spare equipment to do it. We could do a baling contract, but I need a bigger tractor. There's a fertilising contract. The Oats is hooked up to the trailer, but once we've done mowing, we could do that. And there's a whole bunch of harvesting contracts and a liming contract. So someone's already harvested a field and ready for lime. And there's, they're just sorts of things I keep an eye out for. But, July 1 is going to be a harvest day for us. July 2, there might be a little bit more harvesting to do. But also possible that we can do contracts on July 2. See what comes up. I got a feeling that field in front of us, is that this field here, 53, very lucrative for contracts, but I've got a feeling that's not going to be ready until possibly July 2, and so there's a little delay there. A lot of contracts come up on day 1. Especially harvesting. Harvesting contracts just come up on day 1 because that's the growth point. We've got basically 3 game days per month, but the growth cycle only happens on day 1. The calculation of the amount of milk you're going to get for the month happens at midnight at the start of day 1. So if our milk's not going up, we're not going to get any more milk for the month of July. Month of August it refigures. The cows get 1 month older. There might be some milk produced, and then that amount of milk is produced every day for the rest of the month. Oh, how's that working? Missed a tiny snag there, not too worried. So once we've finished mowing, we'll take the bale around, pick up the corners, and we'll be good. And oh look, the fence full again. Should want to be in the John Deutz. There we go. So this, we're 56%. So 2 trailer loads is, or two harvester loads is half a trailer. There's some some missed weeds on this field. Thought we might have got them all. Stop rolling. Okay, I can park that there. So that should be enough to get that corner of the field done. We're going to have to transfer the harvester down to that and finish that bit off. But I reckon we will be done mowing by that point. Anyway, let's get this show back on the road. So yeah, as I was saying, we'll clear up the corners, and the thing is, you know, our baler, our grass, it doesn't matter if I don't do a full bale. It'll just be the start of the next bale the next time we mow. And I have the large round bale collector by Anderson, so 24 bales we can shift every time. Which is one of the reasons why I like round bales, although square bales are a little bit easier to handle. If you're stacking them, they're easier to handle. If you're baling them, they're easier because you don't have to keep stopping. And yes, I know you can use a round fast bale, but they're not particularly fast, because if you've got big swaths, they run very, very slowly so as not to complete wrapping or creating a bale out of sync with each other and have to stop. So it grades the speed so that you never have to stop, but that's not always the most ideal thing. So standard round baler is good. And that's I mean, it's perfectly sufficient. You only need a tiny tractor for it. So horsepower on that thing. Balers. There. Horsepower requirement, 80 horsepower. I mean, okay, you can't run a tiny tractor on it, but you can certainly run a reasonable sized small farm tractor. Now also, once we have all of this done, probably get the back wing, set it up for mulching, and then go mulch the oat field that we just completed, or we're about to complete, should I say. Okay, last strip. So kind of happy. I do like this mowing kit has been a great bonus. We can mow faster. It rows, so I don't have to spend time raking it. I mean, it can't produce raked hay, but yeah. As I said, we tend to do hay contracts for excess hay, because hay's really, it's almost more trouble to collect the excess and sell them than the money you get from them. I mean, even silage bales don't pay a lot per bale, but at least they're worth a little bit. Hay and grass just not worth anything. So, and straw as well. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm not producing straw on the oat field. I could do, I don't need it, and it's more hassle than it's worth to bale it and ship it to market. Okay, we can fold that one up and lift and fold that one up. All right. I'm going to park this over here. And we'll go back to the Massey Ferguson. Send the worker home. Okay. I did run a kit like this back in Farm Sim 19 on Field Mountain when Mrs. Osa and I did a collaborative farm. Tractors we used were Valtra A's with, I think, about 125 horsepower. They didn't have front attachers, so you were pretty much this sort of level of kit, and it really worked very nicely. The Deutz baler we had was a little bit older, so a little bit more angled. Didn't have round edges. Still, okay. I'll turn that off because it's going to help driving up the hill. And help not annoy people with the beepy beepy beepy. Okay. But as you get into bale wrappers and square balers, the horsepower requirements just get higher and higher. And because we're playing with things like realistic weights, this map isn't exactly flat. You do need quite a lot more horsepower than the equipment actually tells you need. And we're still not full. Ugh. Let's get around the bottom of this road. Okay, how close is this going to get us? 355 and down to the other end. Oh, I could look at the number of bales we've produced here. So we've got 43. That's a good number. 24 is a full trailer load, which would leave us 19 others. I'm kind of considering the idea of running a full load of grass to the cows and then coming back with 19, now 20 bales to wrap, and again not in a big hurry to get them wrapped. Today is a sunny day. So if this was contracting, I would probably not collect any more of this grass because it's going to be end up in the baler. However, we're using our own equipment, so also might as well run with it. And we've been doing grass contracts with our own equipment predominantly. It's only when the reason we got the wrapper was because I was doing a grass silage wrapped bale contract, and I decided rather than using my baler and all the hassles of then having to take the Anderson X tractor down to the field and wrap the bales on the field and then unwrap them and ship them, I just figured it's easier to run with a baler wrapper. And okay, so we're going to produce a few more bales at 150 than we would at 180, but at least I don't have to take a whole ton of equipment to the field to do the contract. So hence why we've got the wrapper. But oops, that's a tuft of grass, that's a piece of grass on the floor. And I believe there is one more piece to collect where we enter the field. Oh, and there's a bit in the middle, but who cares about that? And that's good enough. I think the only issue I have with the self raking or the swathing mowers is the grass drops there. If you're using a rake, it will pick up all the grass, even the old grass that you did last mow. Although not that there should be any. It's one of the things we miss from Realismus's seasons is that grass left out on the field rots, so the next time you come to mow the field, it's gone. Straw and hay not so much, but if it rains they will rot too, so the field is cleared of that the next time you come to it. And there's our silage bales. Okay, we can put this away. I'm not done with the Massey Ferguson, so looks like I completely missed the fact that the mower, the mower, yeah, the big giant mower that's mowing the oats is done. To put this away. At least for now. Oh no, I think the whole crop silage I'm going to do with the baler wrapper, just because it's going to be easier, I think. Okay, drop that. Thank you. We'll hitch up the bat wing, and I honestly don't know what this is set to. So we're going to have to run it through the workshop. And I might have sharpened the blades up while we're at it. So yeah, that's all the straw we've got, but they're 11,000 litre bales, so they go a long way. We've got a huge amount of straw in the feeding robot thing, so not like I'm really short of straw for that. And squeeze in the gap, yay. And jump out. And I should really be setting up things. So that's kind of fine. We'll fix it anyway. And we'll fix that anyway. And we will check. Mulcher is on. So we'll adjust the blades. And Massey Ferguson 5S125, yes. And it just become detached, so we'll do that. Okay, so that is set up for mulching, and we'll take that over to the other yard once the harvester's finished. We'll stop that there. Wow, you did the thing. Not exactly the greatest finish. I always figured there was going to be bits that the worker could not cope with, and I'm going to have to do them all myself. And OCD Farmer says it's Pokemon time. Gotta get all the grains. able to get those all without too much trouble. All right, and I'm going to run this down the other end. I'll get it started on the worker again, and I need to take a very quick break. I will be back, but we can watch the worker do its thing. What is the time? Almost 11 o'clock. Okay. So, worker, you do that and go. And I'm off. As I said, be back in a minute. And okay, we are back. Let's pop that out. And I think we can just drive over there.